That is so fetch.
Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Kaiya, and today we're going to be reviewing Dying Fetus's brand new record, Make Them Beg for Death. Yes, I got the vinyl and I got the cassette. Your girl is working on the collection as we speak. We've got tons of vinyls, tons of cassettes that are coming the way, and Dying Fetus is here. We finally have the 9th studio album from Dying Fetus. Brutal death metal meets grindcore. We know this, okay? Dying Fetus is like OG. I'm gonna just hold this record right here. OG. This record came out September 8th via Relapse Records. And it's 10 songs, 37 minutes of pure brutality. So kind of the consensus I've been getting from a lot of my viewers in Discord and just reviews and stuff that I've been hearing is that the way they describe this album is it's a Dying Fetus record, meaning that it's just okay, girl. Meaning that it's just good. It's Dying Fetus. They're consistent and it's just good. You get what you get, and that's exactly what you get with Make Them Beg for Death. For their 9th studio album, being in the business, like, this record is just really solid. Still getting familiar with a lot of their discography, but this record I've listened to nonstop since it came out, and honestly, it's just a really strong piece of work. It's brutal, it's crunchy. The guitar riffs and melodies throughout this record are just insane. John Gallagher's voice is really solid through this. The production is so delicious, and I've talked about how I have a really old car, okay, and the speakers are a little blown out, but this record sounds phenomenal even in my old ass car. The bass and guitar and drums, everything sounds really good in this record, especially the bass and the drums. You can really hear them in this mix, even with like the guitars being so crunchy. It's a really pleasant listening experience. Overall, there are no snoozers. There's no snoozers on this record. I have to say my very favorite song on this is Compulsion for Cruelty, but this beginning track, Enlighten Through Agony, it's a phenomenal opener to the entire record. I really like the kind of a high-pitched guitar riffs that they do in the end. It's very comedic in a way. It reminds me of, like, I don't know, it's gonna sound weird, but it reminds me of like Tom and Jerry or like Courage the Cowardly Dog, in the way it kind of is like cartoon comedic. It sounds like it's like a character slipping on a banana almost. It's like that, but it's just fun. I really like it. It's something different to the table. Compulsion Through Cruelty, like I said, is my favorite song on this record. It is the best track by far. Super strong. I was also getting a lot of similarities since I just dove through Slowly We Rot by Obituary. There's a lot of similarities between that record and this one in terms of the sort of southern twang sound that you get with both of those records. And even though like Dying Fetus is from like Baltimore, Maryland, they have that sort of twang, and I love it. I don't know. I think that's like, I'm a big death metal baby, and if you've got that sort of like twang, that sass, it just speaks to me. And so I really just enjoyed the creativity when it came to the riffs. Honestly, there was just so much riffage. Every song has like a very catchy guitar riff, and John Gallagher's like vocal delivery and the way that he matches like either the beat of the drums or the beat of the kind of what's going on with the guitar, it just sounds divine. Feast of Ashes was one of the first singles that they did release for this record, and it's easily one of the strongest records. Like, usually some bands will release like singles that after you listen to the entire record, they're a little bit weak in comparison to the rest of the album, and that is not the case here. Feast of Ashes and Unbridled Fury are both still hot ass bangers throughout this entire album. Even with all the other songs, they're still hot ass bangers. I mean, they're such strong singles, they're such strong songs on their own, and genuinely, like, this whole album, like I said, has no snooze tracks, no sleepers, no skips. Okay, I mean, the first like 5 songs, side A, is fire. And I love the song Throw Them in the Van, because if you're listening to this like while driving, which is what I did, and you're just listening to it all the way through, this song just is here and then it's gone, because it's only like less than 2 minutes. So it's definitely playing to their like grindcore roots, which I just really like. It's very abrasive. It's a lot different than the rest of the songs on the album, which are a little more formulaic's not the right word, but all the other songs are obviously longer in format, and they have, you know, their breakdown parts, their riff parts, you know, whatever else. And Throw Them in the Van is just this little like song, but in a really, really good way. When the trend ends too, the guitar riff in that song is just fire, especially just like the beginning of it. The way it's introduced is just such a great, I don't know, it's just so great. It's so memorable, especially with the double bass layered underneath it. It's delicious. What else do I have to say? The final track, Subterfuge, I think is what it's called, is a wonderful closer for this record. If you've been watching me for a minute, you will know that I'm weird about fades, and there's certain like you know, certain ways you can close out a record, but Subterfuge was just the most perfect way for Dying Fetus to end this record. They have this delicious instrumental outro, which only lasts, I think, maybe like 4 to 8 measures, but it's got this nice fat breakdown, and then there's this beautiful like guitar riff that every so often comes and just layers it, and that's just how it ends. And then it's just boom, done. And it really leaves you on a cliffhanger. It makes you want more. It makes you want to just put the record back on and listen to it from the beginning. And that's what I did, because I got the cassette, you know, so I listened to this with my little Walkman. I listened to it in the car when I was driving to work, and yeah, I'm really, really, really happy with this record. And I'll have to tell you right now, you know, the Cannibal Corpse record, at the time that I'm filming this video, just got the vinyl for that and the digital code. So baby girl's gonna be listening to that right after this. So we're gonna see if the Cannibal Corpse record, how it compares to this record. But as of right now, this record is definitely at the top of my list of one of the best records for 2023, easily. It's awesome. I love this record like I loved Nunslaughter's Red is the Color. Like, seriously, it's a 10 out of 10 for me. It's a very, very solid record for it being their 9th release. Like, it's kind of insane how stellar this record is. And I wanted to show you the actual like vinyl and CD. So I wanted to get the mustard yellow. That's the one that I got. The blue, everybody got the blue one, and I was like, why? That one was sold out. It was like this sea blue. And so I got the mustard. I really, really wanted the mustard. I thought it looked super, super dope. It's kind of like the color of a lighter, it's not Velveeta cheese. It's that fake American cheddar cheese. If you know what I'm talking about, that's the color of this record. And I love it because it matches what I think is the color of his skin, like here. And it also makes me think of like gross stuff like pus and decaying things and whatever else, which I just think is so fitting for Dying Fetus. So definitely really, really excited about this color And then, you know, we got some stickers, and inside the vinyl they give you this photo, you know. It's supposed to look like this. So his face is on the bottom, and then on the back you've got all of the songs and their lyrics, which I just think is very cool. It's a very simple way to kind of package your record. Is there anything else? In here there wasn't anything else. And I did order this off of Hell's Headbangers too. Shout out to you, J-Dog. Here's the cassette, which of course, same sort of packaging, just on a classic black cassette with the songs there. And then they have a very simple sleeve, like insert in the actual cassette. So that's kind of what it looks like, where the CD sits, and then of course the cover. And then you open it, and it, like I said, it's very simple, nothing super fancy, nice and short. You see Mr. John Gallagher there in the middle. And yeah, you just get the lineup, and then where it was recorded, management, and the thanks. And it's just really cool. It's very cool. It's a very simple way to do things, nothing super flashy or whatever. The cassette did, like I say, come with some stickers, which I'm definitely going to be putting on something. I'm not really totally sure. But now I've forgotten how to do this. There we go. But yeah, if you got the vinyl of this record, and you got the Seafoam Blue, let me know what that looks like, because like I said, it was sold out when I was trying to buy this. But personally, I just thought the mustard was going to look cooler. So I'm very excited about this record. It's just one of my absolute favorites now. So, I mean, look at that. That's just so cool. So that's the back of it. So you'll have to let me know what your thoughts are on this Dying Fetus record. What do you think about it? I know I've asked y'all in a community post to kind of like tell me more about it. I think it's really solid. I think if you've never listened to Dying Fetus, absolutely check out this record. Check out more of their other records too. They have just a very solid discography. I know that I definitely liked Reign Supreme too, as well as Wrong One to F With. Those were really solid newer records. So let me know what you think. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being here. You will be seeing this record now in the back of our studio. So I really appreciate you being here. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.